Here's the number one financial mistake that new entrepreneurs make. And of course, this is not financial advice because that is what you have to say online. Through my own experience, there's a couple things that I think about over my entrepreneur journey, which is now coming up on 16 years. Choose a good accountant. When I look back over the years, first accountant I chose, for that I used the standard people out of the box where you could go get your taxes done. But when I really had to start paying attention to my financial investments, I went with a tax accountant that a friend recommended. And at the time, I thought the person was great. As the company grew, I started to see gaps in how my money was being maximized and leveraged. And as I would come back to this person and I would say, can we do this? And then they'd be like, oh, yeah, of course we can do that. And that thing that I presented instead of them recommending had now been missed for a couple of years. That kind of leads to another thing, a compounding effect, is the tax benefits. What I was missing is the opportunity to reduce my tax liability. And if you reduce your tax liability, that's more capital for you to invest in growth. If you lower those tax liabilities, you have more capital to invest in your growth, then that becomes more capital that you can invest in yourself. Can you max out your liability by putting funds into an HSA? Can you minimize your tax liability by putting funds into a 401k? And talk to your accountant and your investment person about what's the difference between an IRA and a 401k. There's different caps in how much you can invest in that money. It's super simple. Figure out somebody you can trust that's good for your tax investments. Find somebody that will be proactive in bringing you recommendations and options and considerations instead of you having to be the one to bring it to the relationship.